Hey everyone, come do a healthy silk off with me at home without a drill. I wanted to do this and show the process so that anyone can be able to follow this and do this even if you're not a licensed nail tech like me. So these are all the supplies that I'm using. I went to Publix and got the 100% acetone. This is the one with the pump. The pump was actually terrible. Don't buy this. I only bought it because they were out of the ones in the bottles. And yeah, it was like $4. Either way, whatever you're getting, you're going to want to make sure that it's 100% acetone. So first thing I do is put a towel down, and then I get foil out and I'm starting to cut it into these squares. And you want to make about 20 to 25 of these because I think each finger you're going to have to soak about twice or like get a new one. And you want them to be kind of big because if they're too small, they're not going to stay on your finger and they're not going to stay tightly. So like the ones I'm cutting right now, they're a little too small, but the next step in the process is to remove any gems that you have on your fingers and also cut the length of the acrylic down. I find it easiest to remove gems with toenail clippers because they're bigger and you just cut around the edges and then it will loosen the glue and it will just pop right off. I tried to show me removing mine here. You can see the little spider fell off my nail, but I got it way out of frame. So next I'm going in with the 8080 file, and this is just a used one I have that I keep at home, and I'm just going over it. And be careful not to do it in one spot for too long, like back and forth, back and forth, back and forth without picking it up, because that will create friction and heat and it'll burn. So just be aware of that, but you'll be able to feel when to stop. So and I'd say do each nail for about 2 to 3 minutes until you can see the acrylic is visibly a lot thinner. Soak offs definitely aren't the easiest thing to do on yourself, so throughout this whole time just remind yourself, like, have some patience. It's gonna come off. Next, you're going to take just some regular cotton balls and break them up into smaller chunks. You could even go way smaller than what I'm putting on my nail right here. You just want enough for it to be completely soaked in acetone, and then you're going to wrap it around your finger. And you want it to be completely like enclosed so that it kind of generates a little bit of heat and that it's going to stay on while you do your other fingers. So you can see I'm wrapping it, and then I'm taking the top and I'm putting it down, and then I'm just pushing it all tight. There's also a product called like soak off clips or clips, nail clips, that you can put on top of this so that it keeps all the heat in as well, and it's easier when you're doing this on yourself so that the aluminum foil stays on. But then you just move on to your other fingers and repeat the process. I would suggest an 8080 file because the grit is high. Make sure that you're angling it correct so that you're not hurting your skin. So pull back your fingers, pull back the sides of your fingers if you need to, so that you can actually file it without filing on your skin, because that's a very high grit and you can cut yourself. Also, the reason why my middle finger looks like that is my nail fell off. I hit it really hard and it literally ripped off like half my nail, and that's why I'm not doing a fill on these or anything. I wanted to give it time to heal. Because of how many layers of my natural nail were ripped off, if I were to put acrylics back on there, the retention would not be good at all, and it would more than likely just fall off in a few days, maybe a week. I don't know. If this happens to me, I just give it a rest until my nail grows out and it's able to adhere better. That's also why soak offs are very important to the whole nail process, because properly removing your enhancements is the best way to also keep your retention and for them to last longer in the long run. So even though you might be tempted to rip off a set and your nails look fine after and you haven't had problems in the past, it doesn't mean that's always going to be the case. So even though it's time consuming, it is way better for you to do this. And I know it's not exciting as like a brand new acrylic set with like all these fun things like whatever charms and glitter, but it's still a very important thing, you know what I mean? So during this next clip, I was kind of filing all 4 of my fingers at once, again making sure that I'm not getting my skin in this. I'm only doing my nails. Very important. So once it's been about 15 to 20 minutes and you've already almost filed and foiled your other hand, you're gonna go ahead and take the foil off and then gently start scraping off the acrylic that's like melted off, you know. And I started doing this one a little bit early because the foil was falling off, and if it's falling off, the acetone's really not doing much, so you need to replace it. So that's why I took it off so early. But you can see here that I just gently use my file to kind of roll off and file it again. This is again nowhere near my natural nail because this is a very high grit file and you don't want to use this on your natural nail. It's still the acrylic and you can see the thickness right there. I file it a little bit more, and then I go ahead and do the same process of putting the cotton, acetone, and foil back on my nail. So like I said earlier, probably going to be rewrapping each finger at least 2 to 3 times. So that's just what I'm doing for the rest of the time. And I didn't record quite as much as I probably should have so that you can see this, but I'm sure you get the gist of it, just file wrap, and then when you do it individually, you give your other fingers time to soak. So that's why I'm doing it one at a time like this. I think that's the smartest way to do it. So this is about the end of the video, and I'm gonna go ahead and show my finished process now. I just put regular polish on after this, but as you can see, I'm just gently scraping still, and then I'm going to rewrap my entire left hand in my right hand one more time, and I left it for about 10 more minutes again, and then everything just kind of came right off. And then I buffed them, and I filed them, and I painted them, and I put some cuticle oil on. So this is the final result. I always love just doing a little polish or gel polish after having longer nails. It just kind of feels nice. But, yeah, make sure to put cuticle oil on, and then make sure to also go ahead and go in with the lotion to kind of re-moisturize your fingers after acetone. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know anything else you might want to see, how to take care of your nails, how to clean them, how to maintain them, anything like that. But thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.